Good morning, everybody. It is Jenny here, and we are doing another Next Home Coffee Talk. We've got Sabrina Tomlin, one of our agents. Wanda's got her coffee. We are all set.
Thank you for joining us today. Sabrina Tomlin, she's an agent in her office, and she is with Jenny today because she's also Jenny's mom. So there's no, they've been quarantined together, so it's okay that they're 6 feet apart. And of course, I'm Wanda, the broker for Next Home 245. We've been coming to you every Tuesday morning and giving you a brief market update. I just want to tell you that in the last 7 days, we've had 54 new listings, which is down a little bit from the week before, but it's still up there, very impressive, I think, for this the time that we're in. I'll tell you what's really impressive. Of those 54 homes, 19 of them went under contract in like 2 or 3 days, which is amazing.
Awesome.
We also had included in this number, the 19 is included in this, but 86 homes went under contract last week. That's unbelievable. That means, 86 families are still working or are still getting a paycheck or have the income that they can still get a loan and, write a contract in a house. And I am just thrilled about that's keeping going. We also had 35 properties closed. And I'm just talking again about residential homes. We had 35 homes closed last week, again, which was a good number for our area. I've asked Sabrina to join us this morning because she has recently sold her house in the last week, and she's also been showing a lot of buyers' homes. So we want to get her perspective of what's it like selling a home during this time, and what's it like showing buyers during this time, if it slowed any processes down. First of all, Sabrina, I know you closed on your personal home last week, and you had that under contract before we went into this quarantine process. But did anything during that time, was anything slowed down? Tell us about the process.
Well, to be honest, I did not see any change or slowdown in the process at all. I mean, I still had the home inspection, the walkthrough, the closing. The only thing different with the closing, I think, probably is the fact that it was just the closing agent and myself in the room during the closing.
Right.
And I mean, actually, I was amazed because of the fact that nothing has really changed that I can see personally. My business is still booming. I'm still showing houses. People are still looking. We're just taking a few, we've changed our protocol a little bit and taking a little more caution.
Right. Now, let me just explain about the closing process. Of course, Sabrina is an agent and, the seller in both cases here. But as we represent our clients in a listing, we're not allowed to go to the closing with our sellers or buyers, which is kind of, we miss that. We miss going. We like to be there just as, to reassure them that we just like being part of that celebration. So that has changed a little bit on both sides, the seller and the buyer. But in Sabrina's case, she was the agent and the client, so that was a good thing. All right, I think Jenny has a few questions she wants to ask you, Sabrina, about representing buyers during this process.
Yeah, so you were talking about precautions and that they're different now than they were. So what type of things are you doing during this time to add safety?
All right, so what I'm doing is I provide gloves and booties, hand sanitizer for myself and my clients. I go in, I don't let anyone in the house without the gloves or the booties. I touch everything. I will turn on lights, open doors for them. Basically, none of my buyers really touch anything. They just walk through and I, talk about the house and so forth. And it's been a very smooth process and no one has balked about having to put on the booties or the gloves or anything. Everybody has just been real receptive, and I just tell people it's our new protocol. And I've not gotten any negative feedback whatsoever, and it has not deterred buyers from looking because I think I'm showing more now than I did in the last quarter. So,
Wow.
mhm,
So,
And it is a spring market too, so that has a lot to do with it.
yes.
Right.
so the buyers are good with it. Have you run across any sellers that are wanting you to do extra things, or any sellers that have had reservations about their home being shown?
I had one house that I showed that the sellers actually had a note on their door asking people to use hand sanitizer, to take off their shoes, and not to touch anything, which I totally understand. And of course, we abide by if there's a sign, if that's what the seller wants, we certainly abide by it.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm furnishing all that anyway for my clients,
Perfect.
so I'm already doing that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because the utmost importance here, the thing is to have everyone be safe. We want everyone, sellers and buyers, to feel safe, to make sure that we have these protocols in place. And I think as we represent our sellers, it's important. I like the idea of a sign. I like the idea of you as an agent going in and turning on the lights, that you be the only one that
Mhm.
has the contact, with the personal property and things like that. This is a crazy time, but I'm glad that we are rising to the occasion and meeting the buyers and the sellers what they need, and continue to provide those services to them during this time so that we're still able. I'm so thankful that we are still considered an essential service,
Mhm.
because I think it's so important. There are people that just have to move right now. I mean, that's just a fact of life. You just can't stop that. And I'm glad that our governor recognizes that, and that we're able to continue to move
Mhm.
forward.
Right.
Thank you for joining us today, Sabrina and Jenny, of course, as always. We appreciate you all joining us for our coffee talk, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Stay safe and healthy.
Bye. Bye.